The FAO Code was published in 1995 and it was developed over the previous 3 or 4 years and was a way of FAO and COFI, the Committee on Fisheries, expanding on the requirements as they saw it for responsible fishing. And the Code of Conduct was then used by, it's a voluntary code, so no one signs up to it. And the countries don't sign up and say they'll implement it all, but most countries have now accepted that they should look at it and read it and apply it. One of the important things about the code is it covers quite a lot of the ways you deliver sustainability. And that's why the MSC used it as one of its source documents when it developed its standard. And the MSC developed its standard in 1997, which was just obviously 2 years after the code came out. It took 2 years to develop the standard. We used a large number of other source documents as well, but for us the code has always been really quite central in our thinking because it captures a global opinion of what is the best way to manage fisheries. Each time one of them has come out, it's entered the general lexicon of world best practice fisheries management and has been taken up by the MSC and implemented in our standard in various ways. In the 1990s, the world's fisheries were in a poor state, and this was because most countries, although they decided they signed up to the general principles of the code, were a long time really putting the recommendations into place. The MSC was a catalyst for many fisheries to take that lead. And basically what the MSC did was to say, this is the way that the world has agreed to manage fisheries, now let's do it. And so we catalyzed the way that it's implemented across Principle 1, which is our target species, Principle 2, which is the impact on the ecosystems, and Principle 3, which is about the way you manage fisheries. There are 2 areas, though, that are still problematic. One is for fisheries that have not got assessments, that they're too small or too difficult to do assessments, no one putting the money in. And in fact, around about 80% of the world's fisheries are unassessed in a way. That gives people a problem when it comes to management because they don't really know what's there. The second area is in the uptake in developing world countries and in regional fisheries management organizations, where you have to have quite a lot of cooperation between 20, 30 different states, all making the changes to create sustainable fisheries greater. Now the MSC is active in those areas. It's active in its work with developing countries. It's active in capacity building and helping to train people to implement good management in developing countries. We're active in incentivizing regional fisheries management organizations and the way that they operate. Firstly, I'd see a vision in another 20 years of an almost universal application of the code. I'd also really like to see all states signing the relevant international agreements, such as the Fish Stocks, United Nations Fish Stocks Agreement, which also dates from 1995 and has now some, I think, 81 signatures, but there's still a lot of countries to go. I'd like to see the Port States Agreement and other agreements ratified and in place. I'd like to see the ILO Convention on Working Fishing Convention ratified and implemented, which looks after the social and safety working conditions of fishermen at sea. So there's a lot of work for us to do. Where I would like to see the MSC playing a role there is catalyzing that change, catalyzing and helping the uptake so that we provide both the incentive and reward for fishers to improve their activities and talk to their governments and create management systems and dialogues with stakeholders and fishers and the market to improve fisheries management globally.